He ain't doing out. I know he's not doing out. No house in the world can need that much work doing on it. Been at it for 6 months solid every day, and I've twigged what it is. It's not doing any work. What he's doing, he must have got a big rack in his garden, like a big cage, and I think he's got all his power tools on it. And I think what he does is he goes out in the morning, and I think he like sets chainsaw going, gaffer tapes round trigger, leaves that hanging. The next one on his rack, probably a lawnmower, gaffer tape trigger on that. And then I think he just goes it out and leaves them running, you know, just so it sounds busy. No house can need that much work. It's not fucking Chatsworth, it's a semi-detached on a fucking Sheffield estate. Some folks just love making loads of noise. Surprised he's not put fucking Radio 1 on. I've put blind down. I know it's not going to stop noise, but it makes me feel better. I am in a mardy mood, yeah, I can't tell a lie. Mardy mood. But my mardiness is not why I ain't done a Sunderland review. I did do a Sunderland review on night, Sunday night, because we're all kicking about with fixtures with FA and Sky and them wankers. So I did do a review, and then I was saving it and what have you, and then it said, oh, there's a problem with rendering. I don't even know what that means, render it. Last time I rendered out, it was a couple of bricks at the bottom of our garden. So problem with rendering, so I thought, right, I'll re-edit it. It's 3 in the morning, but I'll re-edit it. No, because then, corrupted file. Now, I know what corrupted means, obviously. Some of the gaffers I've worked for ain't passed. Anyway, corrupted file, so I couldn't do that. And then I've had a few messages. You're not doing a review because you've got head on? I ain't got head on. So even though it's now 3 days gone, I will do a Sunderland review. Here we go. Now obviously Wednesday had a positive start against Plymouth last week. But I don't think we were getting too carried away. We enjoyed it, of course. We couldn't get carried away, could we? Because Sky were desperate to impress on everybody that it weren't our good Wednesday were, it was our shit Plymouth were. So not too carried away. That said, going into this game, I was feeling quite positive. I thought we might be able to get a result. The games against Sunderland are really hard to predict, aren't they? Last few years, it's been end-to-end with results, hasn't it? We got spanked by 5, we spanked them by 3. We got a great result last season up there. Wednesday Sunderland is always one of them games that can go either way. And this one were no different, although the scoreline would suggest differently from that. Sunderland, Patterson in goal, back 4, Hume, LS, O'Nien, not a fan of him, Sirkin, midfield, Neil and Young Rig, Bellingham in the attacking midfield role, and then the 2 wingers, Clark and Roberts. 2 terrific players here, and Mayenda up front. Wednesday unchanged, Beadle in goal. Back 4, Valerie at right back, Lowe at left back, the 2 centre backs, Deshaun Bernard and Dominic Iorfa. Midfield, Barry Bannon and Sven Ingelsson. The attacking trio, Windass, Gassama and Masaba, and J-Lo up front. Obviously Wednesday's gone up there with the same line-up as we've just seen, and I thought that was quite positive. On top of that, if you've won a game 4-0 and you're a player, and you'll get dropped, you'd be asking big questions of your manager, wouldn't you? You know, it was a really good display against Plymouth. It would have been harsh to drop anybody. There were 1 or 2 people maybe we could put Ugbo in, but Danny said himself he's not ready to start games yet, so he's just going to be bringing him in front bench, trying to get in some minutes in like that. So yeah, I went there quite positive. And I did wonder how Danny might set us up. We played against Hull in week, and we came out at traps flying against Hull, scored after 20 odd seconds, but after that Hull sort of dominated the ball really, and we sort of set off and we contained them. It was a, you know, we got the result, we're through to the next round, and it were a containing performance. We sat a bit deeper, we worked hard, kept a good shape, tried to get odd counter attack going. So I thought, well, there is a possibility we might go to Sunderland and try that, but we didn't. We went there, and clearly we're going to go there and try and play our away matches like we play home matches, which I think you have to accept that if you're going to do that, at a place like Sunderland with a huge support, that you're going to leave yourselves exposed at times, and with the momentum and the home support, and there are times when you're probably going to get a spanking. You know, we saw it last season, I think, Huddersfield, and I think it's one of the things we're just going to have to accept with Danny Rule, that he's going to play it the same way, home and away. 4-0. They were a bright start from Wednesday, and they made the intentions clear from off, and I always talk about this, it's small moments in games that hinge games. Straight from off, and I mean literally straight from off, we're closing down quickly. Jamal Lowe gets in on iron with ball, really squeezing high up. And for the sake of an unlucky bobble, you know, if there's a little bit more backspin on that ball, it's probably in with a one-on-one, you know, 40 seconds after kick-off. Better spin up ball there, could be a one-on-one, a goal scoring opportunity. After a minute, game can take a completely different, you know, sort of perspective from then on in. So it was clear what game plan were going to be. And for the first 10 minutes, I was really enjoying it. I thought, you know what, this going gung-go away from home, we're on fair play, entertainment. But a couple of opportunities, Masaba got down left, drilled a really good shot in. A sort of cross shot, nobody got at end of that. Gassama down to the side had a couple of little runs, and Ingleson was doing what he did last week, which is he was making them rangy runs in from midfield and supporting low up top and supporting two wide lads. And yeah, for the first 9-10 minutes I thought, well, we're really going for it here, we really can get something. But games, as they so often do, hinge on them first goals. And first goal's so important because if you look at the stats this season, I'm not a massive stats man, but this one really stood out for me, is that up to that point there weren't a team in the Championship that's come back from being a goal down to win a match yet this season. So first goal always vital, and they got it. I wouldn't say it was against run of play especially, but Wednesday were on top at that stage, and it was a first real foray into our sort of area for them. Free kick, which it's not a free kick. I like that Jack Clark. I think he's a terrific player, and I don't think he should be in this division. I'm absolutely amazed he's not playing in Premier League. Terrific player. I've said before, I enjoy watching him, apart from when he's playing against us, because he plays with that freedom, and it's a phrase I always used to describe him. He plays like a kid in schoolyard. I'm just going to go out and enjoy myself. And it reminds me of football when I was young, seeing players got it like that. But in this instance, he's just fell over. He's just fell over. If that's a free kick, we may as well gear up. The free kick itself, it's a really well worked free kick from them. It reminded me of an old Wednesday free kick, the old Sheridan Worthington one, little dummy run down line. A player goes with that to head that off. Wednesday's got a lot of players out wall. So dummy's gone. Then the expecting shot don't come. Flipped over to the back stick. Their lads got in. Decent bit of blocking on back by their lads, by the way. We've got that many men at wall. They've got a line of blokes there, just stopping any Wednesday players getting out to free man. Textbook header, back across goal, down low and hard. 1-0 down. And our lass walked through front row and she glanced at telly. Oh God, 1-0 down. And I was sat there. She said, you seem quite relaxed. I said, we've played really well. It's only 1-0. We're playing really well. We're really going for them and attacking. I think we'll get back in it. Which shows what I know. Second goal's frustrating because he's a better player than that. Obviously, Beadle's got ball, and because of the way Danny wants us to play, Bernard and Iofa split because we want to make pitch nice and wide and open Sunderland up, so they're on the way out. Short pass out into Windass. I've got no problem with tricks and flicks. If he tries that at edge of their 18-yard box, tries that on edge of their D, I'm like, oh, fair play. You know, I encourage players. I want you to, try something. Not there. blind flick of there weren't even anybody there to flick it to. That's the other thing. Kid's right behind him. Alright, it's a bit of a fortuitous bobble, goes through to their centre forward, who fantastic finish, but he's got time for a fantastic finish because of what I was talking about before, that our two centre halves have split to make pitch big to start our attack. So when that ball comes back in, they're both trying to get back across, and he's got acres to finish it. And blind flick. In there, you've got to either hold it, haven't you? Hold it and back to one at centre halves, or even keeper. We've just got to hold and have a look, and can we get it outside when I've had a look? But a blind flick, and he'll know. He'll not need telling. So yeah, 2-0 down. After what I genuinely felt a really positive Wednesday start. So 2-0 down, 15 minutes, whatever it is, and suddenly confidence is hitting it. You've gone away from home with a plan. 15 minutes, game plan's out of window, you know, you're 2-0 down. And then passing starts going astray, you know, we're overhitting passes to people, we're blasting into feet, and everybody's, you know, head's not on it. And that's when I think it just needs you more experienced players to say, no, lads, let's just calm it down a bit, not mad. And let's not try and force the issue. Now, I know we've got a manager who wants us to be aggressive, wants us to be on front foot and gung-ho and getting at teams, and I understand that, but when you've been going to your plan and you're 2-0 down, I think, certainly your more experienced players, you've just got to say, right, lads, we know what the plan is, but we've got 75 minutes to get back in game. Let's just calm down and just have 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Let's just keep shape, get a bit of a foothold back, keep ball, whatever, try and quieten fans down a bit because they're all buoyant, 2-0 down, 2-0 up, sorry. Stadium's rocking. Let's just try and calm it down and just work his way back into the game, you know. Do the easies. But we're still trying to sort of force the issue, but we're trying to force the issue after the shock of going 2 quick goals down. So it's like passes are under it, they're astray. People are making runs, we're trying to find them quickly, and passes like a yard behind them, and just chill it out a little bit. But we just kept going and going, and Sunderland sort of reacted on that. They could see that sort of, it was like a stressed urgency that Wednesday had got about them, and they exploited that. I mean, the third goal, it's a free kick. It's a brilliant free kick, actually, the way they've worked it, but and then the third goal, you know, it's a free kick. It's the death knell to game. It's well worked, don't get me wrong, it's well worked. Comes back across our box and shot comes in and takes a fortuitous deflection, you know. I think if that don't hit anybody, I think Beadle's got it easily covered, but it takes a flick. And to be fair to Wednesday defence, you know, as the ball went squared across box, they've got line out, and but again, somebody's daydreaming back stick, you know, sort of 2 yards behind everyone else, playing to him middle, onside, and an easy finish for him. And it's just that thing, just somebody switched off, and this is what I'm talking about. You've got to calm the game down. You've got to calm the game down. Is he switched off there if we've had, you know, 5 minutes of calm? Perhaps not. But when it's, oh, okay, we're 2-0 down, now we're defending a free kick, and oh God, where's he going? And, oh shit, I'm playing him all on. It just, chill. So yeah, 3-0 down, going into break, and yet, I didn't think we were that horrific. I was talking to one of the lads at work, Woody, run about, I don't think you can play Gassama and Masaba in the same team away from home. 2 or 3 people said that to me, and I've got to be honest, I don't agree. Well, I don't. I don't agree if you change the way you're playing a little bit. If you look at, you know, we're 2-0 down, sit off, you can play on counter-attack. And when you've got players like Gassama, Masaba, Low, Winder, they're quick players. You know, Masaba and Gassama especially, absolute speed merchants. So I think at 2-0 down there, you can say, right, let's sit in, dig in, make it hard for them, try and quieten fans down a bit. And if we've got an opportunity to hit a range you on or a big diagonal, we'll do that. You know, the pace we've got up front in that top end is actually, it's terrifying. And there's nothing wrong with playing counter-attack when you've got that sort of pace. It's a massive weapon to have in armoury. So, Masar, but I think you can play them in the same team. And at half-time, I thought that's what we might do. I thought we might say, right, let's sit off and we'll play on counter. We brought Smith on at half-time. And sort of stuck with same system. I weren't sure about that. I'd have brought on, if it'd been me, the young lad, Sean Fuzier. Is it Fuzier? Fuzieri? Played against Hull in midweek. Now I know he's played most of his sort of junior career on wing for, you know, under 18s, under 21s, and whatever they call reserves these days. But he played at Middle Park against Hull, and that was a display that Wednesday went out, gun goal. Obviously scored a goal after like 25 seconds, but after that, Hull had line share at ball. They really had line share at ball. They were dominating it. And Wednesday, to be fair to him, we sort of dropped off, kept it tight, worked across, you know. And I thought that might be what we have to do against Sunderland in the second half. Drop off, just, you know, make it hard work for them. And that young lad, I thought he was terrific. He came in and he did what all players should do. It should be like the mantra that you tell kids all the way through. He wins it, he gives it, and then he's available. You can't go wrong with that. If you go through your entire career just playing off that one basic mantra, you will not go far wrong. And he does that. Wins his tackles, knocks an easy ball, and he's available. And for me, 3-0 down at half-time, I'd have probably said, right, you know, you get in there, son, get it midfield, sit in front of back four, win it and give it. You know, let Bannon do what he's doing, see if he can pick some rangy passes out to wide lads on counter. But you just sit in front of there and just win your tackles and keep things moving. So I'm a little bit surprised to see Smith come on. Actually, that's not true. I'm not surprised because Danny is a manager who wants you to go out and attack. He's got a way of playing. We're going to play at home and away. You know, I know there is an argument. Do that at home. Blitzkrieg teams at home. Away, you might have to, you know, modify. He's not going to do that, clearly. And as part of that, I think that we have to accept that now and again, we are going to get thumped, you know. Equally, there will be times this season when we'll go away from home and we'll thump teams because they won't be expecting it. You know, when away team comes, you know they're going to come and try and make it difficult for you as a rule. They're going to sit back and frustrate crowd and, well, come and break us down then, you know. That's not his way. He wants us to go out and attack from off gun goal, and it's exciting to watch, but we've got to accept with that as much as we'll go away and catch teams off guard and probably win 2 or 3-0, that equally we're going to go away from home where the home teams have got the momentum and the fans behind them, and occasionally we're going to get thumped. You know, this is a manager who he don't play for draws. He don't play for, right, we're away from home, let's go and keep it tight. That's not his way. So you've got to take the rough with the smooth. And so far, on Danny's tenure, there's been more smooth than rough for me. So I'm prepared to accept that we're going to get a tonking now and again. We're 4 down. It's a quick break from them. Lad wins header at Middle Park. Gets helped on out wide, drilled cross, and their lad's in for his second at game. Can we defend better? Well, of course you can defend better. You know, we can challenge that header at Middle Park for the start. But I've seen Jan Valery come in for some stick, you know, because obviously they broke down that left-hand side. But again, I think that's one of the things that we're going to have to accept, because if I look at the Plymouth game last week, one of the main sort of building blocks of that performance and the way that we played and the shape that we had was that Valery was coming inside from right back into midfield, into middle, which was allowing Ingleson to push on and join attack and join in out wide, which 2 goals came from. And again, if you're going to do that and use that as a positive, you've then got to accept that if you're pushing your full back into midfield, there are times when that ball's going to get oiked out there and he's going to be out of position, and, you know, it swings and roundabouts. You've got to accept it. If that's the way you're going to play, if you're going to have players doing that, you've got to accept that for every positive there's a negative, and the negative is they can get out of position, which he did. So 4-0 down, and I'm not going to, sort of lay any blame at the individual there, because clearly he's playing to a tactic. He's doing the job he's being asked to do, so I'm not going to. But 4-0 down, and it's a spanking on paper. I don't think it was that bad a display. I know that's going to sound stupid. You got fucking battered 4-0, Jim. And Sunderland were good. They were good. The young lad at middle at Park Rig, it's like 8 stone piss wet through. He's a really good player. And obviously Clark and Roberts, especially Clark. I love watching him play. Like I said, he goes out and enjoys himself, doesn't he? It's nice to see. I always say he plays like a school kid in schoolyard. Give me the ball, I'm just going to go and do something. They did play well. They squeezed us at right times. They saw when we were feeling pressure. They saw that our passing were off and squeezed on that and made that count. And yeah, I don't think it was a battering in the full sense, We had plenty of ball still. We won plenty of tackles, won plenty of duels. Our passing weren't very good, it weren't very crisp, it was a bit rushed. But as an overall, I don't think it was a battering in that sense. I know you think I'm talking shit, but I'll put it like this. The first goal is from a free kick that, well, let's be honest, that's never been a free kick. It's brilliantly worked, but it's not a foul. The second one, somebody's fell asleep. I'm going to try a daft little flick without looking. That's an individual moment, somebody just switched off. Third goal, again, you're 2-0 down. We hadn't had that spell of calm where, right lads, let's just chill for a couple of minutes, 2-0 down, let's just get a perspective on it. They've got a free kick, and it's that little thing, okay, we're 2-0 down, now they've got a free kick, what am I going to do? Oh God, where's he going? I'm going to mark him, and oh shit, I've played everybody on. Do you know what I mean? It's just little individual moments, A moment from referee for me, because the first one was on a free kick. Daft flick, not switched onto offside line. And again, the fourth one, that's come from the way that we're going to try and play. That's the negative side of the way that we're going to play. So there's always a chance that's going to happen. So really, the 4 goals, as well worked as the first free kick and probably the second free kick were, as good as they were, there's only really the 4th goal for me. But I thought, yeah, they've sort of earned that goal, if you know what I mean. They've won it with a good header, great first time pass out wide, a lovely cross, and a centre forward doing what they should do, which is getting in and attacking ball in 6-yard box. That's a really good goal from their point of view. But I look at the other 3 and I'm thinking, they've not had to work for them, to my point. And I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking at the possession and I'm looking at the ball. We had plenty of ball. We kept attacking. And albeit they could have had a couple more goals at end, Roberts flashed a couple wide. You're going to have that confidence, aren't you? When you're 3 or 4-0 up, you're going to have that confidence that, I'm just going to come inside and kill a 30-yarder. Because you're not doing that at 0-0. You know what I mean? So, although it's a battering on paper, I'm not that despondent about it. As I said, the way that Danny wants us to play, he's not a manager who's going to go away from home and say, right, let's soak it up. We've got 2 rapid wingers, we'll soak it, we'll play on counter-attack, big ball if we have to go long, whatever. He ain't going to do that, and I think we've just got to be accepting of that fact. As I said, there's games where we are going to get a tonking, but equally there is going to be games where I go away from home and we're going to really catch teams off guard and get them a tonking as well. It's rough with smooth. Now we've got a big game on Friday against Leeds. I don't even know who's playing for them. I better have a check up because they've sold some players, haven't they? Somerville's been on move. That Rutter's gone. Gray's gone to Tottenham, is it? They're letting a lot of talent out at door there. Farker's coming under a bit of pressure. I think, they're not particularly a big fan of style of football at the minute either. So, perfect time to get back on horse. We've lost 4-0. Big derby game. Looking forward to it. on a fucking Friday night, mind. I mean, I'll say it again, 31st of August before our first Saturday 3 o'clock kick-off. That is TV just doing what they want. That's another debate. But I'm looking forward to the Leeds game. After a 4-0 defeat, you'd think, oh, God, maybe he's dreading it. But I'm not dreading it. I'm looking forward to it because overall, I do like the way we're playing. Like I said, we left the sins a bit exposed up there. I thought we should have had that little 5-10 minutes of being calm after second goal. And at 3 or 4-0 down, then I think you have got to say, let's just sit off and ping. But overall, yeah, and I'm looking forward to Leeds. Windass has come in for some stick. It's part, of course, of being a footballer, you know. And he'll not need telling that, you know, they're two incidents that he'll have known as soon as it happened. Folk may have dropped a right bollock here, you know. But I won't drop him. I know there's a lot of people talking about dropping him. I won't drop him. You know, he was absolutely brilliant against Plymouth. Really, really good. His movement was fantastic. He scored a goal. He linked up so much at play. And he does turn up in big moments. And a big derby game against Leeds on Friday, I won't be surprised at all if he had a blinder and scored, honestly. So, no, Windass is staying for me. Staying for me. Everybody makes a mistake. Let me put it this way. When the last time you went to work and didn't drop a bollock? Every other day. So, yeah, 4-0, but I've not got facing about it. You know, as I said, our lass says, were you quite calm? I said, well, you know, I don't think we've been that horrific. Yeah, the passing went. Yes, individual bollocks dropped. But overall, I didn't think we were horrific. So, yeah, no screaming and shouting and no mardy ass in here. Well, apart from him over back with his power tools, but I'm just going to have to get on with it, aren't I? Money right mouth is right, man at match. Well, fullbacks actually stuck to the task against two real good wingers, didn't they? But my man of the match would be, I think it'd be Big Dom overall. They had a lot to do. Sunderland were really squeezing us. He took a bad knock in first half, kept going. And he got us out of jail a few times. I know it's a 4-0. And picking a centre half might look daft, but overall, yeah, I think probably Big Dom man at match. But I do still want us to sign another centre half. I think just that way that we play, I want to see another centre half who's coming. I like our centre halves, you know. Dish, Big Dom, like I said, defensively, I thought he had a decent game, had a lot to do. But that thing again about if the way that Danny wants us to play, I want another centre half. I know everyone, you know, we need another 2 or 3 strikers, another winger, a goal scoring midfielder. I want a centre half. I feel more comfortable if we get another centre half in. Anyway, yeah. So there's Sunderland review. I made another cock up today. I was just trying to record this second half, but guess what? I forgot to press record. I've missed loads of really critical points, and I guarantee you, the bits that I forgot to mention, that I really wanted to, in comments, someone will say, why didn't you mention that? I'll be like, oh, anyway, see you after Leeds.